Hey everyone, Pat's Cosplay here, and today we're gonna make the shield from Shield Hero. Yeah.
For this, you're going to want to use 6mm foam for the base of the shield. You're going to want to use the paper drawing to outline the entire shield onto the foam. Then take out all of your pins. You'll have the outside diameter of the shield. After this, find the center point of the shield to put your circle in where you're going to be putting your gem. Then all you're going to want to do is cut out the shield. I've left these ticks. These are just reference points. You're going to want to have those on the shield so that when you're attaching the sides, you get the right angle at which you are going to put each of the sides on to the shield. So for the sides, you're still going to want to be using 6mm craft foam. Use the paper drawing, do the same thing, pin it down, trace it out, and then do the exact same thing for the other side. Again, with the reference points, just to make it a lot easier in the long run. When cutting the edges, you're going to want to heat up the foam a little bit. It makes it a lot easier to work with. After this, you're going to want to take your Dremel to the side to make that slant that you just created a lot smoother so that it goes together perfectly. I tried to use Mod Podge on this. I found that it didn't work the greatest, so I'm going ahead with some hot glue on the bottom of the shield, and this, when painted, will still give it a nice sort of old-time look where they didn't have too good of metallic work. After this, take the Dremel on the outside of the shield again, just to make it a nice smooth edge. Plasti dip it twice so that you make sure that all of the foam is covered and the paint will get absorbed the least amount. So for this, I'm just using the silver paint from my local Home Depot. It works perfect for the metallic looks. So the gem that I'm using for this is a cast resin gem. I got this from my girlfriend. She makes them and she just happened to have an extra one lying around that was perfect size for this shield. She does actually make them, so I will leave that in the link if you want to pick them up. As you can see, I have a reference photo for the outline of this shield just so I get the exact design on my shield. And somehow I still messed it up. I guess I was just going too fast and I added an extra black line where I shouldn't have, but don't worry, that goes away with a little bit of just gray paint on that one spot, and then it looks totally fine. So to make it a sort of battle damage look, all you want to do is grab a little bit of black paint and just kind of rub it in to the spot that you want to look damaged. And that just gives it the kind of rugged look that he's like been through a bunch of battles, and this is personal preference at this point. You don't have to make it this worn down. I just like the worn down look. It shows he's been through a lot of battles.
And by now you should have your own shield from Shield Hero. If you're wondering how I got this to kind of stay on my wrist, all I did was I used a piece of elastic. You can do a lot of different methods with this. You can put a magnet on it and attach it underneath the sweater of what his cosplay is if you want to maybe move it around to a couple of places, because in the show he does tend to do that where he can move it anywhere on his body but he can't take it off. But I just went ahead and did this, something simple that I can put over the sweater when I do it and have it not really that noticeable. So that's just something I wanted to do personally. And again, as for the gems, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to go pick these bad boys up. They come in both red and green, and they are phenomenal. They were very, very easy to apply. All I did was I used contact cement and I just laid it on it and it fit perfectly. Like, it was the right size. It looks proportionate to what the shield is supposed to be. So that was really cool. And also, if you are in the GTA, I will leave a link for foam in the description below where you guys can use a discount to receive 10% off. This foam is so easy to work with, and I'm not just saying that because I'm sponsored by them. It is the easiest foam I've ever worked with because it's double-sided smoothness on both sides, which makes sense because it's double-sided. But honestly, it's super easy to work with, super easy to cut with. Gluing is a cinch. You don't have to sand the bottom of one side that normally gym mats have. It's so easy to work with, and it honestly cuts down cosplay making time to like a third of the time. It's really useful. But that's gonna wrap up today's video. If you enjoyed it, leave this video a thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. See ya.